It's a site that has seen more than its fair share of great playoff memories the last few decades, and more could be in store as we've got playoff football again at sold-out Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. Coming up, it's the final game of Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a good AFC matchup in store between the Buffalo Bills and the New England Patriots. The battle for the Lamar Hunt Trophy begins as we're underway in this AFC wildcard game. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. To the air right away is Allen. And this one is incomplete.
Nice job there forcing that incompletion. This is going to be a fun battle throughout this game. Watching him try to take away that area of the field.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Play action. Now it's Allen. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Well, the first drive here and the first time that we've called a big tight end's name, but I can assure you this, Charles, it won't be the last.
No, it won't, because when he gets going, now it opens up opportunities on the perimeter because that'll draw the defense towards him in the middle of the field. Now your wide receivers will get involved as this game goes on.
Oh, nice move. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down.
But I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Now Allen. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. And again, it's Allen. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 30. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. To the air, Allen. It's caught by Sanders. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it, and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. A throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far in the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
On play action, Allen. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on third down.
So play number 10 now coming. It's been a long opening drive, but this is third down. Here's Allen. They'll try and set up the screen to Hines. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to bring up the fourth down. And that is no good. These playoff games have a tendency to be tight. You have to wonder if that missed field goal could haunt them later.
Yeah, we're always looking for the key plays, right? The ones that we're going to magnify. Usually those happen in the second half or later in the game. This might be the key play of the game showing up here in the first half.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be second down. A nice grab there for a guy coming off a terrific season, one that saw him have over 100 catches.
And when you have that many catches, that means you're a full part of the offense. And let's face it, he's been as good as anyone in the NFL this year. So it figures he's going to play a big role in whether his team can advance in the playoffs.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It'll be a Patriot first down on a pickup of 16. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. Well, that's one of the drawbacks of running the RPO. If those linemen go into run block mode, you can't throw it if they're more than a yard downfield.
Ready.
Going with Strong on the counter. And he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47. He wipes out the penalty yardage with a good run to get it back to 2nd and 7.
Good running right there. And this is a man that was a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances. And he picks up nice yardage on that one.
They'll go again with Strong. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one by.
And this is caught inside the 5. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Evan McPherson now for the PAT. Now, these are not going to be easy on a cold, snowy night, but this one is up and through. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And the way their last drive ended, boy, it was frustrating. They had a pretty good drive going. It was sustained, and then it stalled out, Charles, and they missed the field goal and got nothing out of it.
Is that insult to injury? Because they had such a sustained drive, as you noted. So you know for the head coach, it almost felt like a little bit of failure to send out the field goal unit and then to not even see the ball go through the post. What a bummer on that last drive for them. Got to pick themselves up from that one.
Very nicely done there on the reception, and what an impact this rookie made on this offense, Charles, in the regular season.
Yeah, he's a big part of why they are where they are. He stepped into an important role, embraced it, and in a lot of ways expanded it, and immediately made a connection with his quarterback.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Allen now looks to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And he'll take it across the 50 and into New England territory.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
Throwing is Allen on third. It's caught at the 10. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Big plays always wind up being a big theme as we get rolling in these playoffs, and the defenses that can avoid giving them up, but they're the teams that tend to go far. You may not eliminate those big plays, but if you can limit them, then you've got a chance to get to the ultimate game.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Certainly looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. Now Allen. They'll roll him out right. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Josh Allen taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Bills are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Extra point through the snowflakes, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. And this one's incomplete.
So many things have to go right for any passing play to work out. Quarterback has to understand the defense, deliver an accurate ball. Receiver has to concentrate and bring it in. Somewhere along the assembly line, something was off with that one.
They had the incomplete pass on second down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. They'll set up a throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And this is what you want to see from a defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3 and out, and giving the ball back to their offense.
And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. Looking into the snowflakes, and he muffs it. And that'll hit and go out of bounds, so they'll start just outside their own 40-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. The last time out, they had to march almost the full length of the field for their touchdown. So here, much easier, Charles, with this better starting field position.
I love your sarcasm, but I love even more your observation because, look, what they did last time out, now with a shorter field, they should have a lot of confidence that they're going to put more points up on the board. Pardon, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
Draw play. This is Hines. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Allen working the middle here. That's complete to Knox, the tight end. His second catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Allen now on first down. The pass underneath. Here's Hines with it. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
There it is, a staple of most teams' playbooks, the angle route. A lot of times you want to take away that inside route by a back, but when they sell it like he's going to the flat, that is tough on inside linebackers. One false step, and that ball's completed.
Allen off the play fake. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. They'll run with Sanders up the middle, and they'll get him down right about the 20. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Left side here to Sanders. And he is not going to get to the marker as they stop him short at the 14. So on 4th down, out is Tyler Bass in the Buffalo field goal unit. From the left hash, a 31-yard attempt. The kick by Bass is good, and the Bills have taken the lead. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick, and the Bills are going to take possession of the football. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
Now Allen. And his throw here's incomplete. A reminder, as we did all through the regular season, we'll check in with Jonathan Coachman at halftime. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Up the middle they go with Sanders. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Miles Sanders, 25 yards. And the Bills are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. On 2nd down, a run was strong. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He's got the connection to Moore. They'll wind up getting just a yard. And it'll be 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And the return man will shuffle through the white stuff, secure the fair catch with both hands. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. We asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. This is Hines. And he'll get this up to about the 40. Now the Patriots will use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. And the Patriots are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach in the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long, and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and punt the football.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Sheldon Rankins abruptly ends that play with a sack. I don't care if you're taking it in round 1, you're undrafted, whatever. As a rookie quarterback in this league, you're going to have games where you face adversity like this.
Lessons. All the time you're going to face these lessons. The key for this guy is, will he be able to bounce back in the next one? Because right now, this has not been his game.
This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And the Bills are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates are going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Throwing now is Allen. They'll find Hines out of the backfield. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. On first down, Allen finds Hines again for the completion. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash, this from 53. The kick by Bass is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Both teams trying to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest. But now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now? Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to give them a little jolt of confidence moving forward.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Now back to throw. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
On third down, he'll drop to throw, eluding the pressure right. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
As they started that drive, I think they looked at the scoreboard and said, this is a manageable deficit, guys, but let's go ahead and start cutting it down right here. Instead, an interception happened, so a 2-possession game might become 3. So as we get going here in the second half, this could rapidly reach the point where there isn't enough time left for a comeback if their defense doesn't bail them out.
Yeah, he's got it. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 14 yards that time for number 14. Sanders is in. Touchdown, Bills.
Look, we all know that sometimes we see upsets in the wild card round. but I have to tell you, in this case, I did not see that coming.
I don't think anyone in the stadium saw it coming. You and I were coming in before the game. There was a couple in front of us talking about travel plans for next weekend. They might want to cancel those.
Yeah, I would say so, because right now it's looking more and more like they're going to be one and done. They're probably trying to call the hotel and make sure they get the...
And he's going to be taken down. It's a sack, and they fail on the try for 2. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Taken from about the 12. And not a good return here at all, as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Escaping the pressure right. Finds Strong on the check down. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that'll make it second down. They'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Gregory Rousseau. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They'll drop to throw. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And the Bills are going to take possession of the football. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game. Go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. This to Hines on the drop-off. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because...
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Matt Judon with a big-time sack on third down. It's a loss of 7. And this is no good. Close, but he misses just left to the upright. And that'll keep this a 19-point game. So 1st and goal quickly turns into 4th and goal, and then 4th and goal turns into no points whatsoever.
That's a very disappointing sequence of events right there. And I, for one, would not want to be the kicker who has to run over to his head coach and explain that one.
And he powers through the first wave, but he's going to be swallowed up behind the line of scrimmage.
I know they'd love to take some heat off of that young quarterback, but so far, not much in the running game, and this won't help things either. A loss on that play.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They'll look to throw here. He's got a man, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 27 yards there, a first down.
Brandon, there have been some memorable snow games for championships in the NFL. 1948, Philadelphia Eagles, Chicago Cardinals.
Well, the most famous one of my lifetime, I think, is got to be 01, right? Raiders, Patriots, to send the Patriots to the Super Bowl.
You had to go to the Tuck Roll, didn't you? Yeah, I think that's one people remember. I also know this. In Miami, the infamous one, the snowplow game in New England, when they went out there and the Patriots had a guy come out and clear a spot on the field for their field goal kicker to kick the game winner.
Is that 82?
That was 82, and the Dolphins fans will never forget it.
Well, we're not seeing one of those famous games here, but it's fun to be in the snow nonetheless. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
On third down, here's Strong. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Ready! Cowboy 80, 18, Pioneer, set, hey! 19 tight, 19 tight.
Looking to throw. He's got his man, Thornton. And he is going to pick up a Patriots first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
Hey, let's run forward.
From the gun, it's Stevenson. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
60 vices.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. This will be caught downfield by Moore. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. 1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. This is the National Football League on EA. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
19 right.
Back to throw here. And he'll go right back to Moore. Complete again. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It'll go as a gain of 4. And that'll bring up 2nd down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Cup 19.
2nd and 6. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left.
7 Pirates. 18 Cardinals.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
On for the field goal now is Evan McPherson. From the left hash, a chip shot here. McPherson's kick is good, and that'll get the deficit back to 16. Well, with that field goal, you can argue they needed to get back within 2 scores, and they did indeed do that, but still a pretty uphill battle.
Still going to take 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns to get back into it. As you and I know, that's a tall order against any NFL defense. They're going to need their own defense to make some plays as well to give them an opportunity.
And a short kick taken at about the 16.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they are looking good. A 2-score lead here in this fourth quarter as they hope to capture a spot in the divisional round next weekend. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And now that sets up 3rd and 2.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
The Bills on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it with Sanders. Shoves him aside. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. 59 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously. But at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. I'm sure that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Now on 3rd and 2, they're going to elect to throw with Allen. And that is caught. It's Davis. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. On the delay, here's Hines. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
On 2nd down, right back to Hines. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And they're going to drop him well shy of the 1st as he can only make it to the 11. They'll get 6 there on the run, but it brings up 4th down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Tyler Bass out for the Bills field goal. This to make it a 3-score game late. And that hits off the left upright, and it caroms away no good. And this will stay a 2-score game at 16. So we would have figured that one to be 3 points in the bank, but this game, can be unpredictable at times.
Yeah, he knew he needed to pull it ever so slightly to get it going in the right direction, but he seemed to put a little too much on it, and from short range, that is a bad miss for an NFL kicker.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, you know they're going to look his way in the 2-minute drill, but that time he was blanketed, and they forced the incompletion up in this spot.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. He'll get this to his tight end. It's Jonnu Smith. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. first catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too. They'll set up to throw. Goes right back to Smith again. It'll be a gain of 5. And it'll be second down. And right now, defensively, you love that, don't you? I mean, you'll give them that play.
And they'll take it every single time. This is almost like nickeling and diming it downfield, and too much time's going to run off the clock.
On the move to his left. Only able to gain a couple there. And now we've got a third down and 3. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. They'll try and run for the first with Stevenson. A strong pickup of 11 keeps their drive alive. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. Back to throw now on first down. Forced out to his left. He's got the connection to Moore. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Second and 2. And he gets this to Thornton. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 13-yard line. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
A lot of practice time, a lot of thinking goes into 2-minute drills, even on the defensive side. So now you want to make sure the guys understand. Continue to be aggressive, but make sure you're smart in doing so.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw again. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And the Bills are going to have it here just past the 25. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
They said beginning of the season they wanted to get past the wild card round. Well, they just got past the wild card round.
How about that, being able to put big check marks up in the locker room, right? Get to the wild card game.